Our Loon-E Crew show is mainly about origins. A lot of people in the crew come from different backgrounds, not just socially, but obviously with dance as well.
So I started doing ballet when I was 2 years old, and I have since then dabbled in tap, jazz, contemporary, and flamenco and folklorico. But ballet was my main focus all throughout high school. A little bit of contemporary and hip hop I only encountered through Loon-E Crew. I have to say that my favorite part about Loon-E Crew is that it's quite a challenge. Hip hop is so out of my comfort zone that I think that's what I enjoy about it most. I had such a strong classical background, and then this was such a refreshing change from a really strict, different kind of demanding dance.
My dance origins, a little bit of a lot of things. Started off just dancing at my house, and nothing specific, no real actual training or anything. Then I got into high school and saw the dance company and got a little bit involved with that in terms of partner dancing, lifting, a little contemporary stuff like in that area. The way that I usually dance is very freestyle, very fluid. Not a whole lot of choreography stuff.
I started dancing when I was 12. I started in studio. I started with jazz and clogging, actually. And then I guess I really started getting into dancing when I joined my dance team in high school, and I did that for 4 years, and that was more like your usual drill team style. I didn't really start hip-hop that much until I got into college, actually.
My dance origins are the standard ballet. At age of 2, I did ballet and tap. Getting into high school, I joined the dance team, which is just like kick lines and football field and pom-poms, and it was a really great experience, and it's actually there that I got my first taste of hip-hop, air quote hip-hop. I went to a Catholic high school, so a lot of movements were just off, like you can't do this, you can't do this, don't do this, so it was very strict. And Loon-E Crew is the exact opposite, as you will probably see throughout this show.
Well, I didn't really have any dance origins. I grew up watching YouTube videos. In particular, I guess, So Real. I don't know if anybody's heard of that, but they're originated from Houston, and I don't know, I just love their style. They're very Southern, very Texan, and I really, really like their style of hip-hop. Honestly, I don't have a dance origin. Like, I've never taken any classes. Essentially, I guess my dancing teacher or mentor was YouTube. I'll just look at videos, see all these guys doing cool moves and getting, recognized by girls. At a time as a kid, that was just awesome to me. That's why, I started picking up hip-hop dancing.
I did ballet for quite a while. I did it until I was 11. And then I sort of lost interest. I wanted to try something a little different. And when I got to middle school, I joined the cheer squad. And I loved being on the cheer squad, but what my favorite thing was, ever since I was in 7th grade, was the dancing. And so I guess when I got to college, I was like, why do all the other stuff when I can just cut to the chase and do the fun part?
I don't really have any formal beginnings when it comes to my dance origins. I just like to dance. I learned to dance cumbias, corridos. Then I moved on to other Latin dances such as bachata, merengue, and then I moved on to hip-hop.
Well, I did dance when I was younger, a little ballet, tap, and jazz, as most young girls do. And then I didn't really do any formal dance except what I learned in musical theater, which I did from 4th grade to, I guess, freshman year of college.
First of all, I'd like to say that I was born from a boombox. No, I done tap, jazz, ballet, basically, hip-hop, of course. I was a very diverse child. I kind of put my foot in everything, so obviously things dropped off quickly, but hip hop stayed. So.
My dance origins kind of started back in like 8th grade. My mom tried to put me in dance lessons as a kid, but I didn't have the attention span for that. So then, kind of music took over 8th grade year, and I watched videos like Cali Swag District, Teach Me How to Dougie was my jam. And that's kind of where I started. I watched videos on that, kind of picked up on that, and in high school I would watch other people how they danced. And I got picked up more stuff, and I'm here now.
I did a little bit of everything growing up. I started in tap, and then I moved to jazz, which is a lot more fun. And then I did modern and lyrical. I did a little bit of Afro-Brazilian, which is mostly like African and kind of hip-hop combined together. And then in high school I did cheerleading, and that was a lot of fun. And then I got to college, and I couldn't not dance after dancing my whole life, and so I joined Loon-E Crew.
I started dancing when I was about 3 years old in ballet with the classic pink tights and blue leotard kind of thing. And I danced all through high school, doing things from modern to tap to jazz to hip hop, and a little bit of point in there too. So it's basically something that I've been doing my whole life.
Well, I have always been dancing ever since I was a little nugget. My mom put me in those classes where you wear the little tutus, and there's a bunch of other 4-year-olds together, so that was always fun. I did like ballet and tap, and then I did dance in middle school through high school at my school, and that was really fun. I did modern and jazz and ballet and tap and hip hop, which was obviously my favorite. So those are my origins.
I guess my dance origins are kind of Loon-E Crew, because that's the first time I ever actually danced. But what got me into it and what kind of inspired me to try out and think about joining the crew was a background in martial arts tricking and free running. I also, in order to motivate myself to keep improving in the sport, I did a clip of the week on my Facebook page. So every week I videotape myself training, and I'll put something new that I've learned up on my Facebook page.
Essentially, even despite all those differences, the fact that we can all present and perform one whole entity to a crowd of audience is pretty cool, and not a lot of people know the other styles of the other dancers because it's mainly hip-hop. So we would like to bring that and show it to everyone that doesn't know the other side of our dancers' experience, and that's why we decided to base this show on origins.